Yeah, Diablo 2, my internet didn't crash. Diablo 2 crashed, and I think it causes my... I'll be honest with you, Blizzard's servers are shitty. They're having a lot of server issues. Because a lot of more people are playing this game. So yeah, Diablo 2 crashed. My internet's still fine, but Diablo 2 crashed. I don't know. It's a pain in the butt. Oh, it happens, dude. It happens. Yeah, it sucks. At least I didn't die, though. Sorry about that, dude. Yeah, I think the stream might be a little... Ooh, dude, I came close to dying. Holy cow. I got lucky on that. I hope that don't happen too much. It pisses me off when that happens, dude. It's just... I just hate when that happens. I don't think it's my internet. I think it's the Diablo 2 servers. I hope it's not my internet, because my internet didn't go out. I mean, everything's good. I was still watching Tanner's stream, so... I think it's just these crappy-ass servers. And I don't know why. I guess because when you're streaming, if the game crashes, it messes up your bit rate. So I'm guessing that's why my stream crashes. But whenever Diablo 2 crashes like that, my stream always crashes. You'd think the stream would keep going, even though the game crashed, but it doesn't. It always drops it always drops the stream too. So I don't know why it does that. I have no idea, because I don't know much about OBS and Twitch and all that, but for some reason, whenever this game crashes, my stream crashes for some reason. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why. I just know it kills my bit rate whenever that happens, so. Sucks, dude. I hate it. I hate when that shit happens. And it generally only happens in the mornings. I think there's more people online in the mornings, and they're, like I said, their servers are not stable. At night, it very rarely crashes, but sometimes, a lot of times when I play in the mornings, these servers crash, and it really sucks. Pain in the ass. I don't know. This is just a pain in the ass. That's all I can say. I hate it. So you play mostly PC games, man, or do you play mostly console, or? Oh, okay. Why do you not like running other launchers? Is it just a pet peeve, or? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you have to run through BNet. That's the only downside. But yeah, most of my games are on Steam too. This is one of the only games I run that's not Steam. If you're interested in this game, though, I can basically show you exactly what you need to do to progress. I can basically do a walkthrough of every little detail of everything you need to do to progress in the game. So, if you ever get the game, I'll pretty much show you everything you need to do. It's pretty straightforward. I think some of the BNet games are on sale right now though. I think they're having a Black Friday sale on Steam, on Battle.net or something. So this game might actually be on sale. I'm not sure. I know Steam always runs a lot of good sales too. So. Man, this change in the weather is messing with my sinuses, dude. Like bad. Bad. So what kind of games do you play then? Like what are your favorite games? I'll show you some different runs you can do. I'll do a plethora of runs real quick. So Act 1, you can do cows. I'll do cows real quick. That's generally what I do for Act 1. So I'll go to Stony Field. I'll just do every run in order, dude. Maybe I'll find something. And usually what I do with Stony Field is I circle around until I find the road. Once you find the road, the stones, the Karen stones, will always be near the road. And that's where you go in and get Work's leg. That's from the original Diablo 2. It's Tristram after it's been destroyed. So here's the stones. That guy always spawns at the stones, Rakanishu. He's a unique carver. So he's generally cold immune. So what you do to do the cows, you go get the Work's leg. This is basically the first game was based in Tristram. So there's Zombie Griswold. You know, just really... Oh, shit. God damn. Ooh. Uh-oh. I didn't expect to die, dude. I shouldn't have died there. Damn, that sucks. It's all good, though. Yeah, Rust is really cool. Can't believe I died there, dude. Wow. That fucking sucks. I cannot believe I died there. Holy shit. My apologies, dude. I shouldn't have died there. That was noob. That was a noob mistake. Without gear, I'm fairly weak. I need to get my body real quick if I can. Okay, there we go. So you basically, you go get Work's leg, right? There's Work. He died from the original game. So you can do the cow level. This is one area I'll run, is cow level.
The sisterhood welcomes you.
You basically just cube Work's leg.
Welcomes you.
Work is from the first Diablo. In this one, he's dead, and you use his leg to make the cow games. Yeah, it's kind of gruesome. Yeah, anyway. And here's the cow level. Just all cows. And this is a good place to find runes and bases because there are a lot of monsters packed together in one area. So this is a good place to do runes. Farm for runes. So I usually don't clear everything. I usually just hit the big packs. So, God damn it. Horace died. Son of a bitch, Horace. There's a dust shroud. Ugh. I'm doing terrible today, man. Dust shroud. So this is cows. Let me get my Merc back, because he has meditation aura. Not really, dude. You just have to... I could teach you everything in like probably 30 minutes. It would be a lot to take in, but I could basically teach you everything in the game. So let me get Lahara... Maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. But right now I'm just going to try to magic find, but I can sometime, like when I have more time, I can detail everything for you. If you ever get the game, I'll detail everything for you. To try to teach you about the game. The main thing is learning what items are good and what aren't good, you know, like rare items and stuff. That's the main curve. Like, once you kind of know what items are good and not, what to gear, it's not really that bad. It's really not. Path of Exile has a lot bigger learning curve. That game has a ridiculous learning curve. Path of Exile, oh my god. This game is fairly straightforward. It's not too bad. Once you kind of learn the gist of it, get the basics down. And the Cow King will always be in here. In the old game, you could... Nah, I've never played Dark Souls. In the old game, you could not kill the Cow King, because if you did, you wouldn't be able to make cow games in that difficulty anymore. Right now, we're in hell difficulty, so that's the highest difficulty. But in this game, they changed it for quality of life, so now you can kill the Cow King and still make games. So always come and kill him. There he is. Grand Charm. But I've memorized every item in this game. Like if an item drops before I identify it, I pretty much always know what it is before I identify it. So I've played this game so long, I know what everything is before I even identify it. If it's a unique or set item, I already know what it is. So yeah, I've pretty much memorized all that. Okay, no problem, dude.
Nothing the right potion can't cure.
Welcome back, dude. I think on this run, I'll show you the guy that you're supposed. The guy I'm about to show you, early game, you run him for all your good unique items that you want to wear on your character, and then you run tunnels for everything else. Tunnels and chaos and stuff for everything else. But before you get all the good gear for your sorceress, you want to run Mephisto over and over and over till you get everything. He can drop all the good stuff except for runes and stuff that you need for rune words, but sorceress don't really need rune words because she automatically gets teleport. I'll show you Mephisto. Once you get all the good gear, Paladin's probably overpowered, probably the most overpowered, because you can literally wait in groups and not worry about dying with Holy Shield, and then just cast Blessed Hammers. But you don't get teleport until you get Enigma. And Enigma, you have to have a burn and a jaw rune, and they're fairly rare, so you're not going to have it early ladder. So, for starting out, a sorceress. Simply because you can teleport. And when you teleport, you can magic find faster, so you can find stuff faster with teleport. No other class gets teleport except for her. And like I said, unless you get an Enigma rune word, which, like I said, is fairly, that's like an in-game armor. So, like, by the time you've got it, I mean, you've got it, you pretty much have everything you need for any character. So, but yeah, ladder starts, you want to make a sorceress, for sure. She's very fragile, though, very easy to die with a sorceress. You just have to get used to playing with a sorceress. I'll run Mephisto here in just a second. I'll show you Mephisto. He's the Act 3 end boss. You want to farm him over and over to get all your gear. Okay, I think that's it for the tunnels. Okay, so I'm running a Harlequin Shaco. Found off you can find one of these off Mephisto. You can find this off Mephisto. I found this in Ancient Tunnels, Mara's Kaleidoscope. The 4-socket Monarch, probably you can find in Cows is the easiest. If not, Chaos Sanctuary. This you can't find off Mephisto. I found mine in Ancient Tunnels, and I think I found one in Chaos. Yeah, I found one in Chaos, one in Ancient Tunnels. 2 Stones of Jordan, you can find those off Mephisto. You can find this off Mephisto, Arachnid Mesh. You can find this off Mephisto, Mage Fist. You can also find this off Mephisto, Sandstorm Trex. And then this right here, you just need to get a Vex rune. I would suggest farming Cows or Chaos or Ancient Tunnels for your Vex rune. Or you can do Forges until you get 2 goals and cube them up to a Vex rune. Now, as far as like skills for a Cold Sorceress, you just want to max Blizzard. And you see down there, Blizzard receives bonuses from Ice Bolt, Ice Blast, Glacial Spike. So you want to max all these because it gets synergies from that to increase damage. And then I maxed Cold Mastery, 1 point in that so I can get 2 Blizzard, 1 point in Frozen Armor, 1 point in Static Field for weakening enemies, bosses, 1 point in Telekinesis and Teleport. Obviously you want to get that online quick as you can at level 31 because you'll be using that a lot. And 1 point in Warmth for a natural mana recovery rate. And that's pretty much the build. Pretty basic build. Like I said, Firewall is overpowered in D2R, so I would suggest with your extra points, instead of maxing out Cold Mastery, I would say put at least 5 or 6 points in Firewall because it's really overpowered in D2R, and that'll allow you to kill stuff that's cold immune. Because a Blizzard Sorceress cannot break cold immunes even with Infinity. So even with Infinity Rune Words, so if you want to make a hybrid Sorceress which uses fire and cold, I'll suggest maxing Firewall because, like I said, it's overpowered in D2R. Now, when you first get to the Durance of Hate, There's a lot of the maps in this game, as I've said, are random. Most of them are random, but there are some tricks for people who speedrun the game. I'm not a speedrunner, but for people that speedrun the game, there's some tricks, even though these maps are random, to get to the end goal. You see these 4 walls here? There's 3 directions in speedrunning. There's straight, which means going out the only direction other than these 3 other walls. This would be straight. On this tile, it's built with tiles. On this tile, left is shield side in this instance. If this exit was right here, then this would be left. If this exit was right here, then this would be left. So from right here where you're exiting, this is left. This is right. Okay? Pretty simple, right? So from the waypoint, the level 3 of the Durance of Hate is always going to be left. So the entrance to it will always be perpendicular to the left of the exit here, and I'll show you that. So generally, now that doesn't mean it's going to be to the left. It might be on this side of the map, but you're going to be entering to the left, and I'll show you that. So what I usually do to get there as fast as possible, and every level's different. Some maps have different other layouts. Sometimes you want to go to the right. On the Durance of Hate, this map, that's just the way the game was made. Whichever way your exit is from the waypoint, you always want to hit left. And I'll show you that. So generally I want to go to the left, and there you go. This is the best map you could roll because it's directly to the left. You see that? You're entering here, you're entering this doorway, 3 walls, this doorway to the left of this. So think about this is straight, this would be to the left, to the right. And there you go. There's your level 3. This map is always static. So I teleport over the moat. You can do one of 2 things. You can pull him across the river, but it's not going to work with a mercenary. You can like lure him over here and then kill him, cheese him with a moat trick. Just look up the moat trick. Since I have a mercenary, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kill him right here because my character's fairly highly geared. And the reason you want to run him is he drops a lot of items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He drops 6 items. So you have a good chance of getting unique items. See, this is Nat's. This is Natalia's. No, I'm sorry. This is Tal's belt. So we already found. This is Tal Rosh's belt right here. Tal Rosh's belt we already found. This is Hasaris. This is Hasaris chain boots. Hasaris. So I've memorized all the items in the game, so I know when it drops what it is. But Tal's is actually a fairly good find. That's actually tradable. That's Tal Rosh's. See, we already found something decent just in one run from him. So you can find this from him, this. Like most of my gear you can find from him, except for this rune word. And you can actually find a Vex rune from him. I wouldn't recommend running him for runes because runes is all about how much you kill, right? So if you're running bosses over and over, you're only killing one thing. So your chances of runes is astronomically low. So for runes, you want to kill a lot of stuff like cow runs, ancient tunnels, chaos. You want to kill in bulk. So only run him for your unique items. Then when you get to where you want to get some runes, you run other areas. And that's where ancient tunnels and chaos and stuff like that comes in. So I'm going to keep that because that's actually fairly good, fairly cool item. So there's other bosses you could run too, but he's the best boss to run. You saw me do runs for Diablo 2 and stuff like that. So you can also run Andariel. She's good with dropping jewels. The only thing about Andariel is it takes longer to get to her. Like Mephisto, you literally go to the waypoint and teleport left, and that's it. And you'll find him. 9 times out of 10, you find him quick. So he's the best to run. We can run River of Flame again. And you remember the trick with Chaos, right? You leave one seal unpopped. I'll drop a TP here very often because that counts as a player. So those mobs are active when you hit the last seal, so you don't have to teleport down there. A lot of people just try to skip seals. I don't generally do that on my Sorceress because number one, she's fairly fragile. Number two, there's a lot of cold immunes. And number three, for the cold immunes, I need to have my mercenary to kill him, and he's fairly fragile. So, on this layout, this seal right here never pops the boss here. This one always pops on. There's two different Sanctuary layouts. On this layout where you've got this, this always pops the boss. So you pop that, kill him. Very often he's also cold immune. Very often. In that case, it looks like he wasn't because he dropped quickly. Deseus only has one seal, so you'll always clear this seal. Deseus is a pain in the ass because he's always cold immune. So Deseus is like a pain in the ass, I'll go ahead and tell you. He really is. So for Deseus, I generally just clear this whole area over here, dude, for Deseus. Because he's always cold immune. Sometimes he's cold fire, sometimes he's cold light. It just depends on what kind of Deseus you get. Sometimes he's just cold. But he's always cold immune. So I always have to get my mercenary to kill him, and I'll show you what I do to kill him as well. I think I've already showed you some tricks in Chaos, but I'll kind of show you again. So for Deseus, I like to clear all this area because very often he spawns with either Might Aura or Fanaticism Aura, and those are really deadly. So if there's a lot of group of monsters and you're playing a Sorceress, be very careful. I always just clear this area because those auras will pass on to anything around him, and it makes everything like twice as deadly. Just trust me on that. So this seal is a pain in the ass. Sometimes it won't pop. There's Deseus. I just drop a blizzard on his ass to kill all his minions because they're not cold immune. They're always fire immune. And then Deseus, as you can see, is always cold immune. This time he dropped cold and fire. So I just static him, teleport to him, let my mercenary kill him. That's it. Move on. Now this, what I personally do, I use this seal. And on this layout, this seal always spawns the boss. So over here, you want to leave this seal if you're using this side. If you're using the other side, you want to leave that other seal. But how I do it, I'll leave this seal for the last. Because this is going to kill, the last seal will kill everything in this chaos. Everything will die. And we want to cheese it to where not only does everything die, but everything drops loot. So we want to leave this for the last, and I'll show you how to activate every monster so everything drops loot. So you want to activate this to kill Grand Vizier. He's never cold immune, so you can always kill Grand Vizier very easily. Grand Vizier is the easiest of all the bosses, of these three main bosses. So you see I've left this seal for the last, right? So if I pop this seal right now, everything will die, but not everything will drop loot. Because the way Chaos works is, and this is just kind of a kink in the game. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but it's always been around the game and Blizzard's never changed it. The only time a monster can drop loot in the Chaos from the last seal, this last seal kills everything, the only time they're going to drop loot is if you've been within one screen of the monster within the past 5 to 6 seconds. That's where teleport comes in. You want to do a quick teleport around here to activate these monsters. You notice I skipped these monsters, and these, right? That's because I'm going to cheese them. Instead of having to kill them, which will slow down my runtime, I want to get free kills on them and still get their loot. So what I always do, I dropped a TP down there to activate the bottom half of this. Now the rest of this, what I usually do, I'll teleport across here, teleport here to activate these guys, teleport down here to activate this area. This bottom area is already activated by the teleport scroll, and then I teleport back to activate all these guys. You have to do this within 5 to 6 seconds. So you have to have a really fast teleporting character, right? So I'm going to try to do that real quick. I'll show you. So I'm going to teleport through here, cut through here, cut back up here, and then hit the seal. Now everything died, right? Well, since I was within a screen of all of these areas by teleporting, these monsters still drop loot. See, they drop gold. See, they still drop their loot. Even though I didn't kill them, they still dropped loot. They still dropped loot. They still dropped loot. This TP activated these guys because this counts as a player, remember? So they still dropped loot. And then you just want to check for loot, right? You want to check for runes because when you do that, it counts as 0% magic find. So that's mostly for runes. And then once I check all these areas, then I just teleport to Diablo, static shock him, drop a blizzard, and kill him. And that's it. So, I know that was a lot of rambling, but that's basically what when I run these chaos runs, that's basically what I'm thinking in my head. I'm trying to do, I'm thinking about all of this. I'm thinking about what seal I'm going to pop. I usually clear that, pop both of these seals, pop this seal, leave this for the last. Then I do my teleport trick. Then I pop the last seal and get the free loot from these areas. That cuts down my run time, basically. So that allows me to do 2 to 3 minute runs. It allows me to clear chaos quickly and still get the loot from everything. So, hope that makes sense. Welcome, Bodie. Hi, Bodie. Welcome to the stream. I know you've been in here for a little bit, but I really appreciate the support. Thank you. I use a shitty laptop to see chat. So the laptop's so crappy that a lot of times if I go into the users who are in chat, it literally freezes up. So I'm just leave it over here. So, yeah. I'll be right back while I'm waiting on these seconds remaining. I'm going to get some more Mountain Dew, you know, so. But yeah, the Blizzard Sorceress is kind of limited in areas she can run because of cold immune. So she can't run the pits because there's too many cold immunes in the pits. Pits is another good spot to run. So I'll try to do a quick chaos this time. I'll try to do it as fast as I can. And I'll probably end up fucking dying trying to do it, right? So I drop a TP here, right? I skip these monsters because they're gonna get they're freebie kills, right? I'm killing them for free. Kill these guys, pop the seal. Kill these guys. Usually there's more mobs here. This is kind of an easier one because usually this area is a little more packed. So should be cool. Drop a blizzard as soon as these guys come in. He wasn't cold immune because he died quickly. Skip these guys. We're getting free kills on them. Skip these guys. We're getting free kills. Kill these fools. I'll have to clear this area because, again, Deseus, you kind of want to clear this area because he's cold immune, right? You don't want him to slap your ass. Go up here. Hit that. Deseus will be right here. Drop it. Static him. There's a hell rune. Deseus is dead, right? Bam. I try to go to Vizier. I go to Vizier. I knock this seal. I got Vizier right here. I try to kill Vizier without killing any of these guys because this is all going to be free kills, right? I killed Vizier. I come down here. Then I pop the last seal. And there you go. That's how quick you can do the run. Now, some people can do that actually quicker. That was one of my quicker runs right there. And so now I'm just going to check these areas that I got free drops from. Free drops, free drop. Didn't kill these guys, still got the drops. Didn't kill these guys, still got the drops. Didn't kill these guys because remember this is a player. Still got the drops, right? Because that was a boss pack. Oh, nice. Welcome to the stream. So now we just killed Diablo and we're good. I would recommend not running it with a Blizzard Sword if you're... I would recommend Blizzard Source either player 1 or players 3. Blizzard Source is not really as strong as a Hammerden. Ideally, you want to run this area with a Hammerden. I don't have Enigma yet, so I usually just run on players 1. Because once you get past... Players 3 is generally the best in my opinion. Once you get past players 3, unless you really have good kill speed, your runs slow down and it's not worth it. Players 3 and players 5 are really the sweet spots. I wouldn't go players 8 on this. Like I said, unless you're running a Hammerden, so yeah, dude. I've done these runs. Oh, be careful right here when you drop that TP because you can get your ass blasted as a sorceress. Because she's very fucking weak. Now, this is a different layout. So on this layout, this seal spawns the boss, right? On this layout. It's different than the other one. Oh. He's about to die. Oh, he's dying. He's dying. My merc's dying. I may have to res him. Hopefully he don't. Okay. I'm trying to keep him alive. Potions. Ah, he fucking died. Damn it. God damn it, Laharis. I have to have him to kill cold immunes, remember? Ah, fuck. I don't have enough gold. Anyway, so that's why I run the tunnels, dude, because there's no cold immunes. So yeah, that was not a good run. I guess I can go to travel real quick to get some gold. That's the only thing about not running a hybrid sword, because if your mercenary does die, you're fucked. Because he's the only one that can kill Deseus. On these guys, you just teleport around and drop Blizzard. Alright. Just drop Blizzard constantly. Of course, I have to have my mercenary to get... make sure I got enough gold. Nah, I don't have quite the gold yet. That Colossus Bulge will sell. Yeah, that should be the gold that I need. Yeah, that's why I don't do chaos a lot, because it's a pain in the ass if your mercenary does die. So. Dang, I got 6 people. Okay, cool. Yo, you guys are welcome to the stream. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support a lot. Thank y'all so much. I'm not the best at this game. I'm still, I'm not the greatest player in the world, but I have fun, so just have fun with the game. That's all you can do, right? So I always pop both seals on this side. A lot of times when it's like this layout, I'll just pop this and just wait for him to drop. You can hit your Blizzard on either side of this. You can just kind of cheat him. Now you see there he dropped cold immune, so you just kind of cheese his ass. Get up to him, static him. Nah, he's already dead, so Merc took care of him. Like I said, Deseus is the big pain in the ass because he's always cold immune. So he's, like I said, I always, just for safety, I clear this before I do Deseus, because sometimes Deseus will run away and you'll have to fucking chase him, and then his aura, his fanaticism or might aura will follow him, and then everybody will have might aura, fanaticism, and like it's very dangerous for a cold sorceress. Like for a Hammerden, it's no big deal. You just drop in the middle of him and kill his ass. But for a very character like this, I tend to stay on the safe side, right? So sometimes I'll even clear down here just for safety, right? And so he's cold immune, so I'll teleport to him. Static. Okay, he's fucking dead. So there's Desaius. Teleport away. You'll very often see me teleporting away to keep my mercenary alive. The best way to keep your merc alive is teleport, bam, hit shift, and hit one of these to feed him a potion. So now he's by himself. Even though he's lightning immune, you can still use telekinesis to put him into faster hit recovery. So he basically gets his ass fried, right? And then this guy I try to cheese, because remember this is the last seal, so I try to like really cheese this guy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think I'm going to clear this area though, because it's kind of dangerous over here. So I will clear it a little bit. Normally I don't do this, but I don't want to get my ass toasted. Okay. Yes, it's that's a hot TP, dude. Okay. Sometimes I try to get in here. Okay, I try to pop that seal, and then that'll drop Vizier. Kill Vizier, right? And then I just come down here. Well, I didn't do it right. Wrap around here, 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 here. There's an Eth rune. Nah, nothing good. Check your spoils. I kind of cleared that area anyway. These are free kills. There's a flawless sapphire. I'll leave it. Let's see if we got a burr rune. I'm looking for a burr rune right now, really. But yeah, I really prefer the tunnels, dude. I think I'm going to go back to running tunnels. That's really where my heart is, right? That's really where my heart and soul is ancient tunnels. I love the tunnels. That will always kill your merc, like one-shot him. So we'll grab this Dust Shroud. That's going to sell for 35k, so we want to get some stuff to sell. There's a Phase Blade. That's Nat's helmet. So yeah, I'm really more comfortable with tunnels though. You guys just tell me if I talk too much. I just really like this game. Sometimes I wax lyrical about it. We'll sell that. Okay, that gives us enough gold. Okay. Now we're just going to keep doing tunnels. I just thought I would run around that a little bit. We'll just keep on the tunnels. I love the tunnels. Ah, there it is. Fire Shrine, I don't know why I hit that. Stupid. Give him a potion. I could sell that for gold, I guess. Ooh, fanaticism aura, be careful of that, right? You don't want fanaticism in your ass, that will really kill you quick. This is actually where I found my jaw runes, so don't think you can't find good runes here. I mean, you can find good runes in any level 85, in any level 85 area. You can find good runes, because what happens is in level 85 areas, a lot of these guys, these champion packs or these unique packs, have a chance of rolling what they call Rune 17. That's a treasure class. Rune 17. When a monster rolls Rune 17, it can't always do it, but when it does, it goes down. The game starts with Zod Rune and goes down and drops to the next rune, So a lot of times, that's why the Trav drops so many runes, is because they drop Rune 16. So that's why you can get some really good jobber and stuff runes off Trav. Even though there's not a lot of monsters, it's because they can drop from that special treasure class runes. There's Rune 17 and Rune 16. Those are the two really good ones, Rune 17 and 16. And this area you can roll Rune 17. So I found a jaw rune off of one of those unique guys one time. So, like I said, I don't think you can't find runes in here, even though it's not chaos. So you can still find runes, right? That's actually the only jaw rune that I've ever found since D2R launched was off of Ancient Tunnels. So I found 2 Tall's armors in there. I found Mara's in there. I found Stone of Jordan in there.
Good day.
I found several IK armors in there. You know, like there's a lot of good shit you can find in there. It's not a bad area to run. And a lot of people forget about it too. So you can go in public games, and 9 times out of 10 they haven't even ran Ancient Tunnels because nobody really runs it. Like, you know what I mean? So you can go in like 8-player games. It's really easy to run because it's an early act. It's Act 2. So the monsters are not difficult. It's very survivable. You can actually run this on Players 8 fairly easily, even with limited gear. So it's not a bad area to run at all. And it's, me, I kind of like the atmosphere of it. It's got the same layout as the sewers Act 2. So I kind of like I just kind of like the area. I don't know. It's just a personal favorite area of mine. Since I love running just pure cold sword, so it's always had kind of a special place in my heart, Ancient Tunnels. What you can do as well, while you're dropping Blizzard, you can also pop those, what is it? You can also pop the jars, and they have a chance to drop high runes too. You can drop a Zod rune from a jar, or at least a Burr or Jaw you can drop from jars. And the higher players count, the more you drop the jars. So sometimes, like if there's a lot of jars around, like these jars right here, I'll drop a Blizzard while I'm waiting for the Blizzard timer. I'll just pop these jars, and then I'll hit Blizzard again. Give him some potions. Hydra Bow, that could have been a Wind Force. That could have been a what is that one called? Death's Web. But that would be really good fun. Of course, you'd have to roll unique, so. Lots of good stuff can drop. Any item or set can drop in this area. Except for like item level 99 small charms, like from Bale. Some of the really high small charms can't drop in here. And the 40 plus, 41 plus life skillers also can't drop in here. They can only drop from Diablo, Nilly, and Bale. So there are a few niche things that can't drop in there. Also, the Cow King set can't drop in there because it can only drop in cows. So, but pretty much everything else in the game can drop in that area. So, just like pits or chaos, you know, that area is exactly the same eye level as Chaos Sanctuary. So, I mean, anything that can drop in chaos can drop in there too. It's just chaos is a little more deadly, you know. That's the only big difference. And 2, you have to find the tunnels. Like I said, it's generally near the perimeter of the map, so I usually just run around the perimeter first. And if I don't find it, I just fill out the map. So pop these jars while I'm killing these guys. Okay. Pop these jars, wait for my Blizzard to refresh. Kill this guy behind me. Pop some more jars. Vampirone gloves, could have been Drax. I've actually found 5 or 6 pairs of Drax since I started D2R. I've been pretty lucky with the Drax grasp. Pretty good gloves you can get. The base is Vampirone gloves for Dracula's grasp. So. Okay, nothing. There's another boss pack. Most people just hop around and kill these little boss packs. And you know it's a boss pack. If you've never played D2R, the way you can see is you see where it says minion. If you see the word minion, that means there's a boss pack nearby, because boss packs, they always have minions around them. So if you just scan quickly, see a minion. They also emit a different light. There's like a different... It's hard to tell in this modern version, but in the old school you could really tell. Like they emit a certain light to them that indicates that there's a boss pack quick. See, those aren't boss packs. That wasn't a part of boss pack. They didn't have the minion keyword, so. And I'm just gonna stop talking now and just chill. Okay, so that's. Teleport around the perimeter. Try to. There it is. See, it's usually near the perimeter. Always in the corner of 2 doors. Always on every map. This little first tile. This game is made of tiles. This first tile never has any monsters. You're never going to have anything spawn in this first tile. And ideally, if you run Ancient Tunnels, what you want to do, which I don't know how you would ever know because the maps are going to be random every time, but the ideal scenario, you can actually get up to 9 packs. A lot of people think you can only get 6 to 8. You can actually get 9 packs at a maximum. But that's only if it includes 8 plus the chest. So the best way to get 9 packs, theoretically you want to go to the room with the chest last. Because the room with the chest always spawns a special pack. So the ideal run would be you run through every room, because the way Diablo 2 spawns, it doesn't spawn the actual monsters until you get close enough to the next tile. So you ideally want to spawn the monsters in the room with the chest last. So you want to teleport. You want that to be your last destination. But like I said, being a random map, it's kind of hard to plan that out, honestly. But yeah, you can actually. A lot of people don't know you can actually have up to 9 packs in the tunnels. So that's. Most people don't know that. That's fairly obscure information. Most people think you can only get 8. See, and here's the chest. So there's a gold wrap. Not a bad item. Actually, one of those Jared Stones, I'm gonna pick that up because I actually found a Jared Stone one time that was really godly rare. I don't really trade, but I actually had a lot of people offer me high room just to, like, on the forums. Early D2R, but I didn't want to trade it because to me, like, really good rare items are like kind of collector's items, right? Like really godly rare items are. It's kind of a collector thing, you know. But yeah, this area is pretty easy to run. So the one I found had like 2 to skills, 3 to blizzard, 2 to cold mastery, 3 to I can't remember what. 3 to cold mastery, 2 to energy. I don't know. I'll show y'all sometime, but it's like the best rare I've ever found. So I was pretty stoked about it. Are you working tonight, dude? The stream must have froze up. It's dark in here. Okay. So, Bodie, do you play Diablo 2, or you just... Or do you know Tanner and them, or do you work at Walmart with us, or... I'm trying to remember, I haven't seen you on stream before. Oh. Soul rune. Not the rune I want, but it's probably the rune I deserve. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, boss? Everything going all right? You been playing any D2R, man, or what kind of character you running? We're just relaxing in the tunnels today, man. We're just chilling out in the tunnels. Usually I either run Chaos or the tunnels, usually. Sometimes cows. I get bored of cows, though. But yeah, welcome to the stream, dude. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Y'all are all doing well today, this lovely morning. Thank you for the follow too, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Project Dark, thank you, man. Means a lot to me. It's always nice to see new people on stream. So do you play Diablo 2, man, or are you just lurking, you just checking out different streams? Oh, okay. What kind of game? Are you into PC games, or what kind of stuff do you play usually? I literally, believe it or not, I literally just started Twitch streaming probably a month ago. So I'm a Twitch baby. I'm fairly new on the stream, so I'm streaming stuff. I had a Twitch account, but I never streamed before. So it's been a good experience so far. Try to build a little small community here. Archon plate. Yeah, I was wondering, dude, if he's from Walmart or not. We've got a lot of Walmart people that come in, you know, check the stream out. I work at Walmart, so I'm a third shift manager, so get a lot of Walmart peeps in the stream, right? Oh, yeah. Take care of Sam Wong. God bless that man. Celebrate his every birthday. Oh, Lord. Round shield, that's Moser's. That's actually not a bad early shield. Generally, we're going to have 2 sockets with it. You can put P diamonds in it. It has a base resistance of 25. Good faster block rate and increased chance of blocking. This is a pretty good early shield. It's not very valuable, but it's not a bad shield for sure. Le Mazar, but it's not really, doesn't really have any trade value. It maybe like day 1 or 2 of ladder, maybe, but it's not really valuable. It's pretty cool though. Oh, cool, dude. How's Corey treating y'all, man? Appreciate the support, dude. Is Corey treating y'all okay? He's a pretty nice guy. He was always really friendly. Was it Ben?
Welcome to my shop.
You must know Ben, right? Ben's a good guy.
Good day.
Son of a bitch, what did I do? Wow, that was fucking crazy. What the fuck? Excuse my language, man. I just teleported to Act 1 without even using the waypoint. I've never seen that before. Holy shit. That must be a bug. Huh, that's interesting. Wow. That must be a bug, dude. Maybe I need to report that. Yeah. Could have been a Harlequin crest, but it wasn't.
Thanks.
It's fine. Oh!
I need mana.
Damn, he's got mana burn. Shit. Whew, fuck. Come on, dude. You sure you don't work at center? You sure? That's like insider info, dude. Oh, what was that? Rare ring.
Greetings.
Yeah, he's still in Derry. Yep. Man loves the cheese ball and the creamer. You sure that's not you, Wooten? Oh, Lord. Man hates 97, dude. Man hates that number with a passion. He fears that number. Him and that number are mortal enemies. But yeah, I'm planning on playing some other games on stream, especially once I find a few more things that I want to find on here, like a burr rune and like a hammerton. And yeah, once I'm gonna play Diablo 2. Like I said, there's a few other items I'd like to, or a few other things I'd like to find, like a burr rune and some stuff like that. To make Enigma and go ahead and make a hammerton and do some runs with a hammerton. And after that, I'll probably take a break from it. Maybe play some my next big thing will be like Elder Scrolls games, series, Skyrim. As far as streaming, and I've already played the games, but Morrowind, Skyrim, Oblivion, which I know a lot of people think it's a bunch of potato heads, but I personally like Oblivion. I think there's a lot of interesting characters on it. The lore is fairly interesting. I don't like the main storyline, but and there's some other games I like to play as well. Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn's a really cool game I'd like to stream sometime. Legends of Runeterra, the card game. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to stream. Neverwinter Nights, Elder Scrolls Online. You know, there's just a few things I want to accomplish on Diablo 2 before I do that. So, but that's kind of going to be in the works for the future of the channel, I think. I think DTR is kind of my primary thing, though. At least for now. Yeah, he loves that cheese wall. He does. He really does. Elder Scrolls is I love Morrowind, I love Oblivion, I love Skyrim. I even like the older games too. The older games are good too. I never really played Elder Scrolls Arena, the first one. I never really played it, but I heard it's fairly hard. Daggerfall, I played some. For its time, it was a really good game. It hasn't aged well, I'll tell you that, but it's for its time, it was always a pretty cool game. Got a lot of really nice, RPG elements and stuff to it. A lot of the Baldur's Gate style games, and Pathfinder, those kind of games, Dungeons and Dragons based games I really like. Plan on streaming some of those. Like I said, the Baldur's Gate series is really nice. Those are really good games. I always thought Sea of Thieves would be pretty cool to stream. Sea of Thieves. That seems like a pretty fun game. Trying to think of something else I'm missing. I really don't play first-person shooters, so I remember playing Counter-Strike back in the day, and that was pretty fun, but I played PUBG very sparingly, not enough to be good at it. Oh yeah, Oblivion's really good. The only thing I don't like about it is how they did the Daedra, however you pronounce it, those sections. They're all too similar, but I think the side quests in the game are excellent. They're really nice. I really like the lore of the game too, a lot of the characters. And a lot of the guild quests. Yeah, I think the main storyline is a little bit lackluster, but it's still cool. I just don't like how they did like I said, the Daedra parts or whatever you would say. Which the Mythic Dawn's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool. Some of the lore behind that's pretty interesting. And Skyrim obviously has a lot of really cool mods for it and stuff. It's really, it's a really popular game, so the modding community kind of went crazy with it, so I plan on playing that at least a little bit. I'll probably run like a mage. I'll probably run a mage kind of character because that's something I never really ran a whole lot of, was somebody who just uses magic. It seemed like that'd be pretty fun to play through.
Welcome to my shop.
I actually like some simulation games as well, like Civilization 6, Civ 6, Civ 5, some stuff like that too. And you have the games like Darkest Dungeons and stuff like that too, are pretty cool. I've never played it, but I do watch people stream it before. I wouldn't mind at least doing maybe a short Let's Play or something of some of those kind of games. Or if y'all have any recommendations of something I could try. Because there's a lot of games I've never played, so. Holding you. There's a small charm. Oh yeah. Oh, you like Civ 6? Wow. Yeah, I love Civ 6. 2K hours, that's pretty impressive. Now, this is a long shot because I don't know anyone really who plays this. But do you like the Crusader Kings games? Because that's something I wouldn't mind. Now, me personally, I actually like CK2 better. CK3, don't get me wrong, CK3 is a lovely, really good game. But some of the things you can do are a little bit limited, I feel like, unless they've recently updated the game. Like CK2, there's a lot of really interesting. I don't know. I always liked CK2 better. Even though CK3 is, like I said, a really, really great game. I mean, don't get me wrong, it really is. But I think CK2 is a little, I favor a little bit more. Do you ever watch Quill 18? I watch his YouTube and streams a lot. CK2, the graphics aren't as good, but I mean, if you play games like that, then I think maybe graphics aren't a big a deal for you. Just if you get a chance, just try CK2. It's a really good game. In my opinion, it's a really good game. Okay, wow, cool. Yeah, I love Quill 18, dude. He's probably my number one favorite person to watch play anything. I just like his personality. I really like his Let's Plays and yeah, he's just really great. I really like his commentary too, so. I don't watch a lot of media. I don't watch a lot of movies and stuff. So usually I'm watching YouTube. Like that's my movies. Is just watching YouTube. Like I don't watch a lot of movies and stuff, or a lot on Netflix stuff like that. I know that seems kind of strange, but I've just never really been a movie person, I guess. So there's a lot of movies I've never seen. 40 defense. I've always just either played games or watched someone play games. You know, either I'm watching Let's Plays or somebody streaming games, or I'm playing games. Like I don't really do movies. Like I don't even have a TV or anything. Like I could watch it on my monitor, you know, like a PC monitor, but I don't know. I'd just rather either watch YouTube or just play games, honestly. So yeah, I'm not a big movie buff. There's a lot of movies I've never actually ever seen that would surprise a lot of people. I feel like most people are really into movies. It's kind of the norm. I guess I don't fit into that mold. Oh yeah, football, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of me as well, man. Kind of the same way. Which lately I haven't actually even been able to watch sports, watch football. So I used to watch baseball a fair bit, but I haven't even watched. I didn't even watch the World Series or anything. I'm really glad the Braves won it. Come on, man. There's a fall rune. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm really glad the Braves won the World Series. That was a really good happening in the sports world. In my opinion. I used to watch the Braves a good bit, but I haven't really watched them in several years, I must say. Dang, I'm up to 21 followers, man. 29 more to go, dude. Before I get maybe I can get affiliate status. I apologize. Diablo 2, for those of y'all who don't really haven't ever played D2, Diablo 2 has always had hardcore as well. Which, much like a roguelike, if you die, you're dead. You lose your character permanently. So I always thought it'd be kind of fun to do some single player hardcore runs and stuff. See how I can do. I think that would be pretty entertaining. Because there are a lot of different classes. My favorite class is actually this Necromancer. You do Summoner Necromancer, Poison Nova Necromancer. Sorceress is one of my... I know it sounds crazy because I'm always playing a Sorceress. But Sorceress is actually one of my least favorite characters. I just always run Sorceress because of the teleport. Like, generally. That's pretty much it. The only reason, like... If it wasn't for teleport, I wouldn't even play Sorceress that much. I like necromancers, druids. Druids are cool. It's probably my two favorite classes, necromancers, druids, and I like barbarians as well. Barbarians are pretty cool. There's Sigans, gauntlets. I can also show you all the Arcane Sanctuary as well. I'll do an Arcane Sanctuary run real quick too, just for fun. There are a lot of ghosts in the Arcane Sanctuary, and ghosts have a limited drop pool. There's a lot of stuff that they can't drop. Because of that, they have a higher chance of dropping runes. So they have over 2 times the chance of dropping runes. They're the one that they drop more runes than any other monster on average. And you can also kill the summoner at the end of the Arcane Sanctuary, and sometimes he'll drop you a key. For the 3 keys, you know, you can run the Pandemonium event. So these are the ghosts right here. There's also super chests at the end of each of these areas as well. You go here, there's chests. It's random which area the summoner's going to be in. Like, it's always random. There's 4 directions to go. Each direction's roughly the same. There are some varieties. One has the regular steps. One has the portals. I forget. There's just all different ones. Yeah, we'll just kill these ghosts. Yeah, I don't do these runs very often, but the ghosts, like I said, have a higher chance to drop runes, so they're good for runes. So I usually just kill the ghosts, move on, kill the ghosts, move on. Don't kill them when they're over this area because they don't drop loot. They can float over these areas, but if you kill them when they're not over the platforms, they don't drop loot. So make sure they're over the platforms. And then at the end, you just pop these chests. These are super chests. So, and then I just go through the other area. There's a lot of levels in this game. It's just there's only certain levels that I run for Magic Find. But I mean, this game has a lot of different levels. I mean, it's really there are 5 different acts and like 10 or more areas in every act, or more than 10 areas. You know, so it's always nice just to play through the game. And you know, the lore, I really like the lore in this game as well, as I mentioned before. There's a small charm. This isn't an area I run very often. I was just going to run it for the stream. But maybe I'll find a good rune on the ghosts. These guys are good for dropping runes. Maybe I'll find a word. The Ghoul Lords are always immune to cold, but my mercenary usually can make fairly quick work of them. I usually just skip them, like they're immune to cold. Here's the summoner. He can drop a key, and he did. You see this key of hate? So that's good. He dropped the key. He very often does not drop a key. That's actually... He more often than not does not drop a key, so that was actually fairly lucky to get a key. But you run the Countess, the Summoner, and Nilly, Act 5. And you transmutes the keys together, and it makes a portal for the Pandemonium event if you've never played Diablo 2. So you generally want to get 3 of each type of key. So a key set would be 3 keys of hate, and then 3 keys of destruction, and then, you know, on and on. So 3 times 3, so you'll have 9 total keys. That way you make all 3 portals, and then you can do what they call Ubers to get a torch. And at the end of Ubers, you get this really cool charm, a torch. I've only done Ubers once, though, but keys, you can trade keys. They're fairly tradable. So that's another cool thing in the game. Well, I'll kind of save some of these charms. My stash is full, dude. You've seen me play. You've seen me run my barb, haven't you? My Barbarian.
What do you need?
Okay, after this run here, I'll run on my barb a little bit, kind of show you the Barbarian. Okay, I'll show you the barb. Now, there's different builds of the barb. Just like with Sorceress, you know, you have fire, lightning, cold, hybrid. The best Sorceress for end game would be lightning, but since there are a lot of lightning immunes in the game, you really can't run lightning until you get an infinity on your merc. This is an insight, so I don't have an infinity. But you need 2 burr runes to make infinity, so it's fairly spendy to get it. Once you have an infinity, a lightning sorceress is actually probably the best sorceress. Because she can kill anything without worrying about immunes. Because lightning, even though there are a lot of lightning immunes in the game, the lightning immunes don't have very much lightning immunity, like maybe 105, 110% lightning immune. So you can break the immunes with Infinity, because Infinity has a conviction aura. So pretty much all of the lightning immunes, pretty much most all of the important lightning immunes, you can break their immunities. So that makes a lightning sorceress really powerful for end game. But like I said, you have to have an Infinity. If not, they're terrible. They're not worth running at all if you don't have Infinity. That's why Blizzard Sorceress is really really popular if you're early ladder and you don't have Infinity yet. Blizzard Sorceress is what everybody runs. But yeah, there's actually multiple builds. You can actually run fire, cold fire, lightning. Hell yeah, dude. The barb that I have uses the IK set, the Immortal King set, which is fairly budget. The hardest thing to get is the IK armor. The IK armor is on a sacred armor base. It's extremely rare to drop. It's not really expensive to trade for, maybe an Istrum, but it is very rare to drop because it's a sacred armor base. It's a set version of sacred armor. So what happens basically with drops is when I'm saying the base, every item has a base, right? So you see this is Harlequin Crest Shaco. So the base is Shaco. So you can drop a regular white item Shaco, a magic Shaco, a rare Shaco, and every time a base item drops, like lacquered plate is this base, light gauntlets is this base, scarab shell boots. Whenever the game rolls to drop a base, it rolls to see whether that base is going to be regular item, magic item, rare item, or unique item, or set item. And some bases are more rare than others. Like Sacred Armor is the base for the IK armor. And Sacred Armor doesn't drop very often. It's fairly rare to see Sacred Armor drop. And even when it does drop, it would have to roll to be a set item for it to be IK armor, which makes it even more rare. And the Imperial's Might is the rarest unique item in the game, which is a Sacred Armor unique. So that's how the game drops items. Like first it rolls the base, and then after it finds the base it's going to drop, then it rolls to see whether that base is going to be rare, magic, etc. So that's how it. And your magic find, if you notice, like this has 74% better chance of finding magic items. This has 88% better chance of finding magic items. You want to get your magic find as high as you can. I'm running a little bit over 200%. But you want to get your magic find as high as you can without it messing up your kill speed. Because if you're running all magic find items, your kill speed is going to be slower, you're going to teleport slower, etc. So you want to find that. I find if you have at least 200% magic find, you're generally good, because after 200%, you get diminishing returns on your magic find. So I'm running around 206% on this. And this charm right here, Geed's Charm, which is the Grand Charm, the unique version of a Grand Charm, you see it has a better chance of magic. So I try to stack this magic find. That just increases how much magic items drop, rare items, uniques, etc. So I'll get on my Barbarian and show you my Barbarian. This is my Barbarian. I'll do a pit run, some trav runs. I'll do a trav run first. There's different kind of barbarians. There's berserk barbs, concentrate barbs. Those two are more rare. Whirlwind barb, which the IK set goes well with the whirlwind, because the IK set, this is what I was talking about, Sacred Armor base. This is IK armor. So he's running the IK set. When you have the full set, it glows around the background of your character when you're running the full IK set. So, and then I'm running the Angelic's pair. A lot of people run these two because with these two items of this set, you get a huge bonus to attack rating, and you get some life, which is really important. And I'm running a Wisp projector here for the lightning absorb for when I run Whirlstone Keep.
Good afternoon.
So I'll run the Whirlstone Keep on this guy too, just to show you the Whirlstone Keep. It's the final area of this game. So I'll go to Frigid first. This is a good place to, I don't do this with my sorceress because there's cold immunes, but there's a super unique up here that always spawns up here. There's a super unique down here that always spawns. Eldritch is up here, Shink is down here. You can weapon switch in the game. I have my weapon switch set to T, so I switch weapons. These have 3 war cries each, and then I'll do my war cries to buff my Barbarian, and then I switch back. So this is a Whirlwinder. So here's Eldritch. He's always right here. So a lot of times I'll kill Eldritch. He's a super unique. There's Demon Hide Boots. Those aren't any good. That's I forget what set it is, but it's not a good item. Then we'll go down here. Shink is going to be down here. Dude, I thought I was going to lose connection right there. So here's Sheen. He's always going to be down here. And these guys are always in these two spots. So a lot of people, they're really quick to run, so some people run them. Don't expect to find good stuff. You might do 100, 200 runs and not find anything really, really good, but it is a quick run. So that's a good area to run. Again, I don't usually run those areas. I don't usually run those areas on my sorceress because there's cold immunes, so I don't run that on my sorceress. What else? Oh, Trav. I run Trav on my sorceress, but I also run it on my barb too. And I'll show you something special about the Barbarian as well. The Barbarian has what you call find item. It gives a % chance, depending on how many skills you have in the skill, or how many points you have in the skill. It gives a % chance to get loot from a dead corpse. So after I kill these guys, I can essentially, they call it horking because of the noise that he makes. It sounds like hork or whatever. But it's called find item. And once I kill these guys, I'll show you. When I hork these guys, there's like a certain % chance that they drop loot again. So it's like I'm killing them again for free for loot. There's another hell rune. So see, these guys have a good chance to drop runes because they drop from rune 16, treasure class. So they have a pretty good chance to drop runes, charms, and stuff. And that's why people run these a lot of times to try to get runes. He is a little bit slower of a killer, but he can kill pretty much anything in the game. He can kill Whirlwind. There's not many physical immunes, and if there are physical immunes, you can use Berserk that does magic damage to kill him. So there's basically nothing that's immune to this guy. I have find item on F. Right now I have a 41% chance for this to work. You see that monster dropped more loot? Even though he's already dead, he dropped loot again. And the good thing, the overpowered thing about find item is, find item always acts like it's player's 8. I don't remember if I told you earlier, but the higher the player count of your game, the more items that monsters drop. Find item is always set to player's 8. So even if you're by yourself in a game, if you use find item and they drop loot, it drops like it's a player's 8 game. So you get a lot more loot when it's successful. So find items is actually fairly overpowered for that. Here's another area you can run, the pits.
This monastery reeks with evil and corruption.
You just go to the cloister. Again, you have to run to it, but the good thing about the pits is it's always on the road. There's 2 branches in this road. One of them always leads to the pits, one of them always leads to the previous area. I think this one's to the pits. It's random. Yeah, here's the pits. This is a Act 1 area. Much like the ancient tunnels, this is a level 85 area. But you see all these cold immunes? That's why I can't run it with my sorceress, because they're all cold immunes. So I can't do the pits with my sorceress. There's just too many cold immunes. See, they're immune to cold too. So sometimes I'll run through the pits. Usually I only use find item on boss packs. Because if I use find item on everything, it just slows me down a little bit. So like there's a boss, the boss pack, I'll just use find item on these guys once I kill them. So we'll use find item. Try to get some more stuff. Okay. The thing about the pits, if you don't have teleport, very often it's not a one-way street. Like, it splits off, so you have to backtrack a little bit. So I don't really love running the pits. I think the best thing to run on the bar would probably be do Trav runs and then add in Eldritch and Sheen would probably be the best. Like, To me, running pits without teleport or without being some way to teleport is a little bit too slow, but I'm just showing it just to show for the stream, this area. And like I said, this is another easy area to clear, but it's also a level 85 area. So this can drop most all items in the game too. So a lot of people run the pits. Try to work. And there's always 2 levels to the pits. The second level always has a, I think it's a sparkly chest. It's either a super chest or I think it's a sparkly chest, not a super chest. I would go into the differences of the different chests, but it's just better to Google it and read up about it because there's a lot of different things about chests. Like there's a lot to chests are kind of confusing, honestly, because a lot of them have their own drop tables. So like it's not as straightforward. And somebody's got mana burn in here. Yep, there's mana burn. Mana burn is really rough for this character because Whirlwind is very mana intensive. It soaks a lot of mana, so like,
I can't carry anymore.
so yeah. I'll finish running the pits and I'll run the last level of the game, Whirlstone Keep, which is consequently probably the hardest area too. That's not always the case, but it is a pretty rough area. That's why it's not full cleared very often. Usually when people run Whirlstone Keep, they teleport straight to Belle's throne room and just try to get to Belle. There's not a lot of people who full clear those areas because of how difficult they are. But it's not too bad. I mean, a hammered in it wouldn't be too bad. It's not too bad on a lightning sorceress to clear it. I'd say a hammered is probably your best bet though. Hammered are pretty powerful. Kill these guys. There's the sparkly chest, hence the sparkles. Nothing dropped out of there. No. The chests are okay to drop, but chests in this game aren't as good as you would think. I mean, there is a certain trick that you can do on single player to get runes. It's in lower Kurost, but it only works on single player really well because number one, single player, as I was saying earlier, you can have static maps, which means unless you change difficulty, your map stays the same. So you just want to roll on lower Kuros, which is right here. I see I don't even have the waypoint because I don't ever run it. But on single player, this is the best place to find really good runes. Like this is a really good place to run. You want to re-roll the map until you have 2 campfires. Or I think you can have up to 3 campfires, and each campfire has a chest on either side. And you just do, you have your static maps, and you learn where the campfires are, and you've got the map, and you just run over and over and pop the chests over and over and over. And certain players counts, or whatever, players 7 and 8, and there's certain chests where basically it's a really high chance of getting burr runes. And you get your burr runes, you keep up to job, then you get another burr rune, and then you make Enigma. So a lot of people on single player run lower Kuros, but it's not really viable in online play. So, But yeah, I'm gonna run the Whirlstone Keep, and then I'll go back to my sorceress. I just wanted to show you the Whirlstone Keep. So you notice my life, right? So Battle Command ups the current skill level. So I always cast it first to up the next 2 Battle Orders and Shout skills. So Battle Orders brings your life, mana, etc. And then Shout ups your defense. So I always cast Battle Command, then Battle Orders and Shout. And then I switch back. So this is the last area of the game. These guys aren't too bad. These guys, this is why I'm wearing Wisp Projector for the Lightning Absorb, because these guys are very deadly without Lightning Absorb. Lightning Absorb essentially absorbs a percentage of the lightning damage and causes it to actually heal you. A percentage of it actually heals you. So it makes it a lot easier to kill these guys. They're still kind of deadly in big packs though. And the monsters that can spawn on each level of this area is kind of random. Sometimes you spawn... there's just different monsters that can spawn depending. Sometimes you spawn the Black Souls, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you spawn these Poison Skeletons, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you spawn these little midget, like tribal... I shouldn't use the word midget, but these little short... they're called fetishes, like... Anyway, there's just a number of different monsters that it's kind of random what you get. So on this, you can see we rolled... The monsters rolling on this level were the Horror Mages, the Black Souls, which also have Drain Mana, which is really a pain in the ass for Whirlwind Barb. Sometimes it'll spawn Ghoul Lords, Blood Lords, which are really deadly. The Bone Fetishes are probably one of the deadliest things, and these Black Souls, but I don't really have a problem with the Black Souls that much because I have really good resistances, and I also have that Wisp Projector to absorb lightning, so I don't usually have too much trouble with those guys. And they're ghosts too, so they naturally have a higher chance of dropping runes. So. But there's 4 levels. Generally when people do these runs, they start on level 2 because that's where the waypoint is. And then they go to level 3, then level 4, then... But generally what you would want to do is teleport straight to level 4 and go to the throne room and start Bale. But this guy don't have teleport, so I just do 4. It's not a bad idea to clear these areas because they're level 85 areas, so you can get really good loot here. But most people don't clear these areas. Most people just teleport straight to the throne room and just run it. And it's also really good experience too. The best experience in the game is the throne room. Just doing I'll show you. It's Bale's waves. He has waves of monsters that represent each act of the game. The first wave represents Act 1, second wave Act 2, third, and so on and so forth. And you'll see that when I get to it. A lot of people run Bale runs over and over in Players 8 games just to level up their characters because it's the best experience in Diablo 2. It's just running Bale over and over. So I'll kill some of these guys. And as you could, my sorceress wouldn't be able to get up close and personal with these guys. She would die very quick if I ran into these guys. So, especially after battle orders, barbarians are pretty beefy, you know, like. See, there's all kind of monsters that can spawn in here. Doom Knights, Defilers, there's all kind of stuff. You see a lot of these Doom Knights too. Of course, you see those in Chaos Sanctuary. They're generally fire immune, and the mages are generally cold immune. So, or I think pretty much always cold immune. So we already found the next level. I think. Yeah. That's the next level. I need to get some more potions. So I'll probably rebuff real quick. These buffs don't last forever, so sometimes you want to rebuff. So here's the Throne of Destruction. This is the final, not the final area, but this is the final area before you fight Veil. So this is generally where people will teleport straight to this area. Ooh, that's deadly. That's a lot of deadly stuff in there. Be very careful. Yeah, if my sorceress got up close to these guys, her ass would die very fucking quick. But she has teleport, so she can teleport around them. So. Which, if you get Enigma, you can teleport as any character. Barbarian, Necromancer, doesn't matter. Enigma gives a character teleport. So that's why everybody tries to get Enigma. And you have to have a burr and a jaw rune for Enigma. So everybody tries to get Enigma so they can make whatever character they want and still be able to teleport. Because teleport is so powerful in this game. Because you can do magic find runs very, very fast. So what spawns in these in the throne room is random. There's Bell. Sometimes Venom Lords, sometimes you have these Oblivion Knights, sometimes Black Souls, you know, sometimes a mixture, sometimes fetishes. Very often the Hell Witches will spawn, it just depends. Like, it's random, whatever will spawn. A lot of times if people see a lot of Black Souls, depending on what build they're running, they may restart the game because Black Souls are just that deadly, you know. So he's going to spawn, I believe, 5 waves. The first wave represents Act 1, next Act 2, Act 3, and so on. So this wave represents Act 1, which is Cleanso the Annihilator and his warped ones. The next wave represents Act 2, which will be the Ancient Ones, I believe. So it's the Skeleton Mages and the Unravelers. Yeah, the Unravelers. Represents Act 2. The third wave represents Act 3, so it's Council members. The fourth wave represents Act 4. It's the big Balrog kind of demon-looking guys with the wings. I forget what they're called. And then the fifth wave represents this act, Act 5, which is Lister the Tormentor and his minions. So minions of Bale's main minions would be the fifth wave. Then after the fifth wave, you go into this portal and fight Bale, and that's it. Teleport back. I'm going to take a TP scroll real quick.
Good evening.
So yeah, I don't run the Whirlstone Keep very often. My Sorceress can do it if she teleports right to Bale. Because the only cold immune on Bale's minions is that second wave, the skeletons, and they're real easy for the mercenary to kill. So the Sorceress actually can run this area fairly well. You just teleport straight to the throne room. And any cold immunes your mercenary will just take care of. Okay, so I hit level 90. That's cool. So this represents Act 3, the council members. This mage plate is a common item to put, not the ethereal one, but if it's 3-socket regular, that's a common item some people use to put Enigma into. Most people use Arcane plate, though, for making Enigma. This represents Act 4, because the first time you see these guys is in Act 4. So this is like representing that act, which is Ventar the Unholy. And then Lister the Tormentor is the last wave. And that represents Bale's minions like I said, represents Act 5, so we'll kill Bell. This guy's not a really quick boss killer. He does have Crushing Blow on his, yeah, this represents Act 5, Minions of Destruction. They're like big, deformed, four-armed T-Rex looking bastards. And these guys right here, the only time you see these are in this throne room. The Minions of Destruction. You don't see these anywhere else in Diablo 2. It's just in the throne room. So now on to Bell. The final act boss. Oh yeah, Death Claws? Yeah. Bell's not really hard to kill for this guy, but he does. You see how he burns my mana? He does have mana burn, and that can be annoying on this character. If you see big chunks, if you look at his HP, if you see big chunks drop out, that's my Crushing Blow hitting, because Crushing Blow takes off a percentage. For act bosses, it takes off 12.5% of their life with every successful Crushing Blow. So you can get him down fairly quick in HP, but since it takes a percentage off, that means the less HP he has, the less it takes off. So Crushing Blow works once you get him about to half or a fourth health, and then it starts slowing down. And then, yeah, once you get close to his final health, it slows down. But yeah, this guy's kind of a slow boss killer though, personally. Like, it's not too good. My sorcerer should probably already have this guy killed by now. Yeah. You see, I keep running out of mana, so I'm having to use reserve. So I keep running out of mana. Damn. Yeah. Another gold route. I'm not going to keep it. And that's it. That's the Barb. I'm going to go into the creation screen real quick. If you've never played, there's Amazons. You have Javazons, Bozons, etc. Assassins, trap assassins, martial arts assassins, etc. Summoning necromancers, poison and bone necromancers, poison necromancers, frenzy barbarians, whirlwind barbarians. There's a lot of, each class has a lot of different builds on the. There's 3 skill trees to every class. Paladin, you have Zealers, Blessed Hammer, Fist of the Heavens, a lot of stuff like that. Light, Fire, Cold, Sorceress. Wind Druid, Fire Druid, Summoning Druid, which isn't that viable, but you can do a pure Summoning Druid. Most people don't do it because they're kind of underpowered. Fury Druid, so Werewolf Druid, a Werebear Druid. You know, there's a lot of different builds. My favorite class is Necromancer, but personally. And then second would probably be Druid. Then Barbarian. And then probably Sorceress. And then my least favorite's probably these 3, like Assassin and these 3. I never play Assassins for some reason, so yeah. I don't know why, I just don't really like them. They're cool to play though. Like, they're not underpowered or anything, I don't know. Just personal taste. So I'm gonna go back to doing the tunnels. Excuse me. I'm kind of sickly lately. Probably gonna have to go to bed, dude. Might do a few more runs. Been on here for a while. But yeah, I figure pretty much no one in chat right now has ever played Diablo 2, so I figured I'd go over some basic stuff. Like, if you've ever played this game, like most of the stuff I'm telling you probably know the basics of it. Just if y'all are interested in the game, I was just kind of trying to go over a few things, basics about the game. Of each class, the best builds for a druid would be Wind Druid, hands down, is the best build. So you cast tornadoes and you have hurricane around your character. It's pretty cool. Trap Assassin would be the best assassin build. Lightning Sorceress would be the best sorceress if you're in game, have all the items you need, or Blizzard Sorceress if you're not fully, if you're just ladder starting. On ladder starts, you'll see a lot of Blizzard Sorceresses, a lot of Cold Sorceresses. Also, Hybrid's popular, like Blizzard and Firewall or Frozen Orb Firewall. The best Paladin build is Hammerden, so you're using Blessed Hammer. The best Barbarian build, I would say, would be Frenzy. I was running Whirlwind because I ran an IK bar, but Frenzy's probably the best Barbarian build overall, as far as power level. What most people would run. But you have to have really good items to run a Frenzy Barb. You have to have really good weapons, like Grief. A Grief in your primary hand and a Death Rune Word. Grief Rune Word in your primary hand and a Death Rune Word in your secondary hand. Which is going to take you a while to, because you need a low rune for Grief, and you need a Vex rune for Death. And ideally you want to put Death in an Ethereal Colossus Sword. So let's see, the best build for... Missing somebody. Probably the best build for a Necromancer would be a Bone Necromancer. They're actually really good in PvP. A Poison Mancer is really good too, but you have, if you have Death's Web and Poison Facet Jewels, it can be pretty good for running pits and cow runs and stuff. Poison Necros, but generally generally Bone Magic sort of Necromancers are the best. Summoners are pretty good single player though. They're kind of slower though. A lot of people don't use summoners for magic finding. For Amazon, Javazon is far and beyond the best. Strafe, Bosons used to be the best before they were nerfed, and I think 1.08 or 1.09 they were nerfed. And Whirlwind Barbarians used to be the best, but they were nerfed. And then Frenzy Barbs became the best build. Because Whirlwind and Strafe were... Strafe used to be bugged, and they fixed the bug. I don't remember the exactly what the bug was. And they nerfed Whirlwind. Whirlwind should be more powerful than they nerfed it. So you used to see a lot of Whirlwind Barbs and Strafe Sons back in the day. They also nerfed the cows. Used to, everybody got experience in cow runs, not Bale, but they nerfed cows because everybody's running cows over and over. And so now everybody does Bale runs for experience. Cow runs don't give a lot of experience at all anymore. But I remember back in the day, I used to go into cow run games for experience to level up. I used to do cow runs over and over in Players 8 games. All right, dude. I think you're the main only one chatting in here, so If anybody else has any questions, just let me know. I'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 more runs and then go to sleep myself. Well, have a good one, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate you dropping by the stream. I think I'll do 1 more run, and I think I'm gonna go to bed as well. It's already almost 12. I'm on 3rd shift time. Excuse me. Apologies. Roth's coil. Heavy belt, set heavy belt. Excuse me. Apologies. Oh, man. Alright guys, I think that's it for the stream. See y'all's all in chat real quick. So I'll see you guys later, Project Dark. Thanks for coming by the stream. Hi, Bodie. Thank you. Dragon Blade, obviously. Thank you. I know you're heading to bed. I don't know if I've missed anybody else. Some of these people in chat are bots, so if I miss you, I apologize. Thank y'all for coming by the stream. And hopefully you enjoy the content. I'll try to stream some other games in the future as well, so if Diablo 2's not your thing, so. Alright, y'all have a good one. See y'all around.